Welcome back, MCU fans, as Tim and I are here for a brief segment before we sign off on our mid-season finale, where we will return in August.
August
No,
21st, second. August 22nd.
August 2nd? August 22nd?
No, July 22nd.
July 22nd is what we decided on.
Yeah.
So
The week after Loki ends.
yes, so we will be recapping all of the Marvel shows we've gotten thus far. And also discussing Black Widow. And then, we'll see what comes after that. But there was a question that we had asked that we never got around to sharing the answers for, because our epic last episode with Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy, spanned almost as long as Endgame.
Yeah.
So we had to delay it. But we wanted to put it out there and share some exciting news. So to recap, our highest ranked movie of the season was Ant-Man, with an average of 9 from both of us. Our lowest ranked was Thor: The Dark World, with an average score of 4. And if you want to see what Gary B thought of us, tune into last week's episode, because he said I munched some butt at some point. So Tim raised the question for everyone to answer, and it was, which character has been portrayed the best in the MCU up to this point? And it's definitely interesting. Jovi and Sherry Nutter Timothy said Iron Man. She said, well, everyone else seemed watered down, RDJ brought the perfect balance of arrogance and heart, which is what we also said during our recaps of the movie. Cody Charles gave us Justin Hammer, Jarvis, and Loki outside the box. And Jeanette said that Tim was going to love this answer. Tim, do you love this answer?
Oh.
Justin
What's
Hammer?
Oh. I mean, I love Justin Hammer. I don't know. I don't know enough about him in the comics.
Corey Mosier-Kesselring said they've made Iron Man tolerable on the screen, but they've completely nailed Black Panther and Spider-Man and Peter Parker perfectly. I agree with a lot of that. Black Panther I loved until they totally dissed Wakanda in Endgame and misused him in so many different areas.
Infinity War.
Yes, Infinity War, and they completely misused him in any movie where that wasn't his. So Jeanette said she'd probably say Iron Man, but her opinion's jaded because, one, she doesn't know much about him pre-MCU to have a good idea, and the MCU character's been around so long that it's hard to imagine anyone else. And I think that it's interesting that the one character that's been just swapped out didn't really matter this whole time. It's Hulk, like 3 different iterations, and it's fine. But yeah, somebody,
Eric Bana.
Somebody as iconic as RDJ in that role is definitely right. Paul Brenner said he's a big fan of Paul Rudd's Scott Lang. He played the character very comic accurate. There are a ton of great MCU performances, but it's hard to pick the best. RDJ plays a wonderful Tony Stark. And he also said that he personally thinks a lot of the actor portrayals have degraded over time. Not a lot, but they're much more accurate in the debut films and as they proceed. Thor is a good example of that. We agreed on that, and we went back and forth, but I also said that I kind of like that more because I actually don't like a lot of these characters in the comic books, so I was okay with that.
So the thing that makes this question interesting is that it's hard to say what's exactly comic accurate because they've updated so many characters for the times,
right?
That so it's like, what does it mean to you more so than what is actually the best character?
Yeah, I think I kind of looked at it as delivery overall because we have the comic book version, but even we're watching Loki right now, and TVA is hardly in the comics, so it's kind of hard for some of that. I went for overall portrayal, not necessarily acting. For instance, the character I'm going to say is one that I don't even actually enjoy that much in the movies. I just think it was nailed spot on for a mix of comic movie blend. I think the acting was strong, and I think just the background of that character was really strong in it. And so I'll get there. Patrick McDaniels decided to end our friendship by saying, and I quote, "How good Birds of Prey is, but the soundtrack is even better." A, not Marvel, and B, that movie was a shit show, and there's no way to put it politely. So, Patrick, I love you, man. We've been on this journey together, but I think we broke up permanently at this point. And Gary
that
B,
doesn't mean anything. You know how many times he's broke up with me? Yeah,
we were on a break, Tim. We were on a break. This is different.
He comes crawling back every time.
And then our buddy Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy, said Chris Evans is Cap. He said it live on the air last time. And he said he's never seen as serious until now, and Marvel trusted him and he crushed it.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. Whenever I saw him, on the screen, I just kept thinking of not another teen movie. Like that's all I could think of for the first couple times I saw him. Then he just overnight became Captain America, America's ass, and it just fits. So the people have spoken, and I'm curious about yours, Tim.
I can't do it. I can't think of just one. So I put together a small list of honorable mentions, and I will give you my top 4 in no particular order. So, needless to say, I can't answer the question, but honorable mentions are definitely Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, and I don't know what you're smoking, but I thought Jake Gyllenhaal was great as Mysterio. Granted, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more on the motive side of his, comic portrayal. But
now, did I ever diss Jake Gyllenhaal, or did I diss the writing?
I can't tell with you anymore.
I mean, I do have a fucking all mentality, but that's okay.
But I was thinking about this all day, and yeah, my top 4 again in no particular order. Obviously, RDJ as Iron Man. I'm gonna have to say Chris Evans as Cap, but I'm gonna throw a curveball with the last 2 and say Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan. They nailed Bucky and Sam.
Yeah,
I thought. Yeah.
So is that your number 1? Is the tandem?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say yeah. If I had to pick one, I'd say yeah.
The hard one. One was hard for me because I was almost ready to say just based on one performance was Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the thing is, I never liked her as Wanda until WandaVision. So
really,
yeah, I didn't like the casting. I thought when she was able to be more herself in WandaVision, in terms of accent, in terms of kind of mannerisms and stuff like that, it was more of her as a human. I tended to like that a lot better. So if we're going top 4, you made this tough on me.
I just can't answer the question. If you just want to give your top pick, by all means.
So I do have a top 4. I think Paul Rudd as Scott Lang.
Yeah.
I think he absolutely nails the Scott Lang version of Ant-Man, which is why I was glad that we had the Michael Douglas Ant-Man as well, because you're able to see the contrast. So I thought that was really cool. But I think Paul Rudd just owns that role, just like he does with most of the stuff he does.
So Paul had a good call on Paul Rudd.
Yes, yeah, Paul and Paul. So third, I would say Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa.
Yeah.
And it's not that he didn't nail T'Challa, it's that they did him wrong. They did that character wrong in every iteration of him outside of the Black Panther movie. So yes, that was my favorite performance. But given that he existed in other things in the universe, they completely misused not only his talent, but the character.
Even Civil War?
Yeah, because he wouldn't just blindly team up with somebody. Like he would take them all on. They wouldn't have drawn aside. He would have just been like, all right, it's me against all of you. So, which in one way it started that way, and then it's just blindly like, oh, T'Challa's with them now. You know, so that's not how he would roll. Number 2, I got to go Anthony Mackie. He nailed Falcon from the start. Sam Wilson is Mackie. I don't know how much you've read in the comics, but I just, from the first line we get with him, like, holy, yeah, this is perfect. And
I'm going to start. I picked up a Falcon and Winter Soldier trade, the newest one that came out, and
I did as well.
Stoked to read it. Yeah.
that will actually be featured in our giveaway that we're gonna.
Yeah, it's what's it called? Cut off one head.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
And I think that the one I think is the best is actually ScarJo as Natasha Romanoff. And the reason being, I don't like that character much in the MCU. I like her more in the comics, but I just think that she nailed it from the beginning. And she was the one character who didn't have to evolve much over time because she just nailed it so much. There wasn't like, I need this from watching her. It's just accepted because she delivered so well, even from that first meeting of her. So I think that it was just spot on, regardless of how not comic accurate it may have been, even though I think that that's going to change with the Black Widow movie. She was just one where I never had a question. Like, yeah, that's Black Widow.
Also, anyone down there, anyone out there who has been keeping up with her current comic book run, Drop a comment. Let me know how it is. I've been curious about it. The covers have been fantastic for it.
I read 2 issues and wasn't a fan. But
Okay.
yeah, that's just me. I hate everything.
Yeah, you do.
But yeah, so she nailed it for me. It was tough choosing her over Anthony Mackie, but
Yeah.
I guess when you have 8 more appearances than he does, and you're consistent the whole time, it's got to go there. So in the comment section, make sure to share your hatred of our decisions, and just talk to us. But we also wanted to record this session tonight, despite the fact that we wrapped up all our movies, to announce a giveaway.
Yep.
If anybody has chimed in on any of our polls, or when we ask your opinions, or if anybody's commented on our channel, you are being entered in a giveaway you didn't know about. The giveaway will feature pops, comics, trades, a whole lot of smiles. So it's coming from Tim and I from our collections here.
Yeah, all Infinity Saga related.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, go ahead.
No, I was just going to describe what was in it.
No, that's gonna be a mystery.
Oh, okay. All right.
Got to make them want it. We got to get teasers.
Well, I mean, obviously they want it. They're getting it for free.
But yeah, so it'll be all related to the Infinity Saga, and we will be doing the drawing when we resume on July
22nd.
July 22nd. We will be doing the drawing, probably from the Wheel of Names, just because that's always fun. And we'll be discussing WandaVision in its entirety, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, and how the 3 connect and what they mean for the MCU. Given that Black Widow will be out by then, but won't necessarily have the same impact as those 3 shows because it was supposed to be out long ago. So we'll also be sharing thoughts on that. But Tim, it's been a fun run so far, my friend.
Yeah, so far. I look forward to keep going with this. Yeah.
So our little mid-season finale will give everybody a chance to catch up on any episodes you may have missed. Or if the last episode was much too long for you, it gives you a few weeks to break it into sections. Like my one friend said he was going to do. So until next time, Tim, you got anything going on during the break?
No. Actually, possibly. I've been noodling around a project that I'll be wanting to start through Instagram. I'm not going to really talk about it too much because I still have to hash out a lot of details, but it's something I've been wanting to do for a couple of years now, and I think now it's about time to start getting it off the ground. So yeah,
my man's gonna
nice
attack his creative passion. Hey, it's beautiful. We'll see when it comes to fruition. Until we meet again, everybody, check out your local comic shops. Never stop. And visit Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy's YouTube channel. He's got a lot of great stuff going on there. And stay tuned for our giveaway. We'll probably be dropping hints every now and then.
And don't forget to check out Cool Points TV, where you can find our recordings, as well as Spotify for our podcast we do with our buddy Greg, called No Coast Defenders. And if you're friends with me or Dan on Instagram, I enjoy putting together those stories. So always keep an eye out for our stories, and we'll announce when each episode is up on YouTube and Spotify. And also check out Dan's series with them, Battle of the Ballads, where they go over the top songs of each year. I really hope I got that description right.
Yes, you did. We are actually going on hiatus after this next week because Joseph is getting married. So
okay, well, rewatch everything they've done so far, and then wait for them to come back.
Yeah, catch up to the year 2000. And Tim and I have really enjoyed doing this. It's been a passion of ours to want to. So thank you for tuning in to those who have, those who've been consistent. And I just look forward to future talks and seeing what's to come with this Loki series, which we'll be discussing every week on
I know.
And until then, stay tuned for the drawing. Be well, everybody, and support your local comic shops. Tim, much love, my friend.
Much love.